All right, guys, this is gonna be my first stand-on comparison video. So if you guys don't know, we don't have a big stand-on market, but since I've got all my little finance options and all our stuff going on, man, it's opened the door. I'm getting a lot of you guys driving. So if you don't know now, a lot of these guys are starting to do economy stand-on mowers. And so Bad Boy just now came out with theirs. And then Hustler came out with theirs last year. Of course, we couldn't hardly get any product from them. So yeah, just to get started. So I've got a lot of V-Rides here in stock. I just didn't pull them out. I've got a lot of Bad Boys that just came off the truck. I didn't pull all them out. I didn't pull the little 34 Hustler out because it's the same as this one, just a little smaller. So I just kind of want to do like a little core group comparison. So a lot of you guys are shopping. I do not have the Grasshopper stand on. I've had a 52 ordered forever. I don't have a big Hustler stand on to compare with, but I do have y'all pretty much covered. So here, so we'll start with the little Surfer Pro. So I got a ton of phone calls last year on this mower, mainly in the 34-inch cut. Somebody needed backyard mowers. So the little Surfer Pro has 1800 sealed transmissions, has a little welded deck, and this is a 48-inch cut. This has the FS 541V Kawasaki, which is, I want to say, maybe 15, 16 horsepower. It's a little funny looking from the side. There's not a whole lot on the platform, you know, so that's the only thing that's kind of unappealing about it. But as far as the weight, man, this thing is so lightweight. They did upgrade their tires, and they put their big bite tires on the back, so it grips a little better. The 34-inch in this is $49.99, and I've got quite a few of those in stock. They're just on the pallets. The 48-inch is $51.49. So this one here is $5,150. You could buy, I mean, it's a commercial engine, entry level. The transmissions are not, but I mean, for what you'd use this for and the lightweight, I really don't think you're going to wear out these little transmissions much. This thing is a little slow for me. I'm not going to drive it around, but this is the slowest stander I've ever been on. It is pretty slow. It's going to feel a lot like their Dash, because it's got the Dash XD. It's got the same kind of transmissions on it. Other than that, just beating this thing up a little bit, it just a little bit lighter duty looking. You know, it's just the platform. That's it. That's really all that's wrong with that. So to save yourself $1,000 over the Bad Boy, this is a really good buy. So the 34 for $49.99, and y'all know I've got the rent to own with no credit as long as you're Texas, Kansas, or Oklahoma residents. We're working on Louisiana right now to open it up, but we haven't got it available yet. I do have a lot of 500 and up credit options too, and yeah, so that's your Hustler. So your little controls, your platform. So there's not really there is no spring on the platform, so it is stiff. Your pad is a little stiff. Your gas tank is right here, so it does hit my knees sometimes on that pedal. Of course, I'm a short guy. I mean, on your gas gauge right here. Your handles, it's really not bad controls at all. So the deck lift is way down here. So I do have to bend over quite a bit to lift the deck up and down. That's a little annoying to me. I would think they could just come up with a bigger handle where I don't have to bend over. I'd love that handle to be like right here. But I do know, you know, brush and stuff will be hitting it. But other than that, it's a good little mower. It does remind me of the Dash XD. So it doesn't even remind you of like the Raptor X, you know, with the framework and stuff. So it is definitely not a banger. You would not want to just bang this around on curbs, stuff like that. You'll want to be gentle with it. You want to have your guys gentle with it. But as far as a backup mower, backyard mower, high-end yards that you're not mowing real fast on, that'd be perfect. Your next step up, and then of course they've got some awesome stand-on mowers. I'll be honest with y'all, I've never seen any of the big Hustler stand-on mowers ever out in the field. Around here, we're just not a big stand-on market. I've seen a few in Dallas. So we're gonna move on to the Revolt SD. So this was new for last year, and this was kind of Bad Boy's answer to this market this year. This is your 34-inch cut, and they also have a 42. So, which I like. I think the 48's a little bit big for a small stander. So I love having that 42 kind of filling in the gap between these two. This mower is $1,000 more. It's $58.99, so $900 more. Your 42 inches, $6,000. So this will have a little bit bigger. So even though this is a 34-inch deck, it's got your FS 600 versus your FS 541 on a 48-inch deck. So to me, I feel like this is going to have a lot more power. I have not got to cut on one of these. I did request one of these for a demo for my yard. I do like the gas tank. It's quite a bit bigger than that gas tank, so it'll hold a lot more fuel. I like that it has a good gas gauge right there on top. Of course, the Hustler does too. I like that the deck, so the deck is a 7-gauge commercial deck with a 7-gauge wrap around the outside. So it's definitely a little stouter of a deck on this machine. The tires are just a little more aggressive. The platform has a spring system, so it does have a suspension system. The padding is a little thicker than this padding, and of course a little more what do you call it? Just a little more appealing to the eye with the custom stitching and the logos and stuff. When I step onto this, it feels so much bigger. You know, it's just got a firmer platform. I do have to look down to see my gas gauge straight down there. All your controls are easy to get to. Your brake, everything's here. You got a USB drive charging system for your phone. All right, now this is where I really start digging this thing, is this deck lift system. So you just put your pin in where you want to cut at, and it has the transport lock, but you just kind of give it a jerk and it'll drop down. So I can reach it. I'm not bending over. I feel a lot firmer on this. If I'm standing with these side by side, it's going to be hard for me not to give up my extra $900. Unless I just need it for light duty stuff. This thing, I believe, can take a beating. This has serviceable 2800 transmissions with dual reservoirs. So, you know, there's a little Wright 32B that's, I want to say, in the $6,000 range too. Y'all, this really, I've seen the ride up close. The front forks, the framework, everything on this mower is just a little beefier than what everybody else offers. So that's gonna be good. So that's gonna trying to think anything. Oh, even just little things like these tie down points, the laser cutting here, all the weight, everything is so commercial built on the frame and stuff. So I really like this mower. All right, so and then I'll give you a good side profile of both of them. You can see a pretty big difference just in aesthetics. You know, Bad Boy's really good on the way they look, you know. So the way it kind of humps forward, man, that is a good looking mower. So this is the 42. So yeah, kind of checking it out. All right, now we're going to jump up to your real big boys. So I'm going to kind of start with the Bad Boy since I'm already here. If you'll notice, so Bad Boy has a 36, a 48, 54, 61 in this lineup. And your 36 is 7,700. Your 48 is going to be like over 8,000. I didn't write that price down. Your 54 fuel injected. This is an Evo Kawasaki. So this is a 31 horsepower fuel injected, bad to the bone system. The 54 inch is $87.99 and the 61 inch is $89.99. Bad Boy does have the Reaper tires on their big series, 3-gauge commercial deck, slant nose deck. This deck really does cut good. If you dial this thing in, run the right side set of blades for your grass, you'll be really impressed with the cut on this thing. The framework is nuts. Your front forks are nuts on this thing. This motor is flipping huge. It is a beast. You have a huge gas tank on this thing. You have massive 3,400 transmissions. The platform is super cushiony. You got the rubber ISO shocks like you're on the big diesel mower. Sitting on this thing, really compressing those shocks. This pad is super comfy. I can see probably tearing it a little bit over time the way it's kind of bulged out, but man, it really holds me. Again, I love having the deck lever right here, everything here. Then this new Kawasaki, y'all haven't seen a whole lot now, but you're going to start seeing it pour out on the market. A little more affordable. Kawasaki went with some of their own technology. Your opening on the discharge chute's good. And here's the thing with Bad Boy. This thing, at their top of the line, fuel injected, is still cheaper than a 32-inch. A 61-inch fuel injected is still cheaper than a 32-inch Scag. And so just put that in perspective. That's where Bad Boy offers. They offer you a lot more bang for your buck for your price. All right, now we're going to move over. Kind of went over everything I like about that. Let's go over to the Scag. Now, out of everything that I've showed you, reliability is going to be the #1 factor here. We go through very little warranty claims with Scag. We go through very little bearing issues. Even the little front fork bearings and wheel bearings, throttle cables, brake cables. We won the Master Sales Award last year with Scag, so I know we're selling a little bit of volume. We don't sell near what we sell in the Bad Boy and the Scag. But, man, reliability is just huge for us with Scag. If you I always say, hey, if you buy a Grasshopper or a Scag in here, you're probably going to be in the shop 100, I'm 100% sure over the next 20 years you're going to be in the shop less than if you bought any other mower on the planet Earth. It's just their reliability is just huge. And what for the Scag, in the 36, it's got the Advantage deck. So I have cut on the 36 on my yard personally. I do not like the way the 36-inch cuts as well as the 36 Bad Boy with the Vinos deck. A lot of you guys might get mad at me, but I've got some. If you'll go back on my Facebook, I've got cut quality pictures on my yard with the Scag and the Bad Boy. And man, I really am I don't like the cut on them. I didn't try to tweak the deck. I didn't try to change the blades out. I was just talking stock to stock. I did like the way. I also like the way on the Bad Boy, the 36-inch was, it's only got the 3100 transmission, so it wasn't as touchy. Whereas when I jumped up to the Scag, it's got Parker pump and wheel motors, and that's where we're going to step up to. One of the reasons why this is so much cheaper is it runs 3400 hydro gear transmissions. They're still, commercial grade. You're going to see them on a lot of, like on a Hustler, Fast Track SDX and stuff like that. But when you go over to the Scag, what the beauty of this mower is, and a lot of you guys can't see, is it's got old school Parker pumps, separated pumps, and then wheel motors. So there's a lot of money invested here. So you're going to find them a lot more tankier when you drive them, a lot less issues over the years with transmissions. These are beaters, man. Y'all can really beat on these. If you got a guy that's mowing, 8 acres a week, 8 acres a day, 8 hours a day, man, y'all really rather put them on here. If you got a business, it's a tax write-off to pay a little more. And I'll kind of go over the pricing with you, too, so you'll kind of know. They only have turf tires, but they are full-size, huge tires. Of course, they got the transmissions to carry them. So what's known, too, is the Velocity 2 deck. So when you go up to the 48-inch cut, you get the Velocity 2 deck. This cutting on this 48 versus their 36 is night and day different. So, and here's your other investment with Scag. When you go with the Scag and you got to cut just about every type of turf or grass with this deck, with the Velocity 2 deck, it's going to pretty much outperform every other deck that you're going to cut with stock. Now, I can tweak some decks and get them to cut like that, but nobody can beat this cut side by side on every type of turf. The other thing with Scag that I really like is just that fullness of the back end. Also like their tie down points on the back. But man, this thing here is, when I step on this, I feel like I'm really stepping on something. This feels a little higher end, just the way it's made. I love the cat's eye system. It's digital. It keeps up with everything on the mower right here. I love that part of it. Here's your brake here. And here's another thing I like. Here's the deck lift system. Put the pin in, and I don't have to bend over. It's right here. My gas gauge on this mower, guess where it's at? Right here where I can see it. So obviously this is going to carry the most gas. This is going to feel the most solid. These controls are the nicest feeling. The only thing with this is the touchiest out of nearly every mower I've drove because of that Parker pump and wheel motor. So with that being said, your prices. So a 32 Scag is $86.99. Your 36 is $9,000. This 48-inch here you're staring at is $96.99, so you can get it under $10,000. And then I also have a 52 that I stock, and it's a little bit different. It's got a 37 horsepower fuel injected Vanguard. It is it'll throw the grass out better than probably anything you're going to cut with. It is about 11,000. It's just like I priced mine for 11,100 for that 52 37 horsepower Vanguard. I do have that in stock. I've got the 36 in stock. I've got the 32s in stock in the Vride. These are pretty popular in the Metroplex. Also, I hear these are number one selling more in Texas. Best resale value in Texas. And for me, it's one of the most reliable mowers that I sell. So Scag is definitely in the house to stay. They've been with us for maybe 3 or 4 years now. But yeah, I'll just kind of give you just a little quick run. There's your bad boy. In this day and age, in this economy, man, $1,000, $2,000 a machine might not sound like a lot to you guys that are in the business, but man, for me, that'll buy me a lot of equipment, you know. So each mower that we're looking at, we're talking about $1,000, you know, or $2,000 difference. So for a lot of us, man, this is all we need, you know. But yeah, y'all come see us, man. We're 623 North Main, and really, honestly, man, the reason why I do these videos is so that y'all can comment, y'all can ask questions. I'll respond to y'all, interact with y'all. The other thing too, man, y'all can check my website out. It's kgmowers.com. That way you keep up with the prices. A lot of dealers don't like giving out prices because they just price them wherever. You can also go on my website and see what your payments are going to look like, you know. Yeah, y'all come see us, and anything else you want me to show you, just let me know. I'm kind of new at this stuff, so I really don't know what all you want to know. You know, I haven't got to mow on them with y'all yet. Of course, all our grass is dead still. But and this is actually my first standard comparison, so y'all can tell I'm a little uncomfortable with these. Like I said, I don't cut too much, but I do cut my own yard with them. So yeah, y'all come see us.